everyone, and welcome yet again to our webinar. And my name is Munene Mathendo, and I handle marketing at Bitget Africa. And again, at Bitget, our goal is to make crypto quite simple and safe and very accessible for everyone. So what that means, whether you're a beginner or just trading, out or an experienced trader, we are looking to give you like some very nice tools for you to be able to to enhance your trading journey. Now, the purpose of this particular webinar today is we are going to try and dive into copy trading, and one of the most popular features on Bitget is copy trading. It's designed for people who people like you who have for instance no time or no experience or confidence to actually trade manually, but still want to actually benefit from the strategies of experienced traders. So one of the things you'll be able to see is if you're an experienced trader, you can still manage to get something out of this, because we're also looking at elite traders, copy trading from an elite trader perspective. So one of the other interesting facts about Bitget is the fact that we were the first and still remains the world's largest crypto copy trading platform. We have over 180,000 experienced elite traders and over 800,000 people who actually copy trades on Bitget. So now, in terms of the agenda and the structure of today's session, we will first talk about copy trading and how it actually works. We'll then explore how to use the feature on Bitget step by step, our live demo. So don't miss out on that. And after that, we'll be able to share a bit of the best practices in terms of risk management, and we'll also be able to share a live demo so you can see everything in action, and finally wrap up with a question and answer session where we get to answer all your questions based off what you'd like us to what you'd like to learn from us. Now, but first, before we move so far, let's quickly hear what crypto copy trading is all about.
Trading takes a long time to master. Some professional traders have been trading for 5 to 10 years, and after all their wins and losses, they know how to find their way through the market. But you can skip all the tries and errors by just copying them. Yes, you can actually copy trade. So this is a feature on Bitget that allows you to copy the trades of professional traders and apply it to your own trade. Literally, just with a click of a button, you do exactly what the professional traders are doing. Let me show you how to go about it. So on the Bitget app, you can just go to the search button and type in copy. On the screen, go to copy trading. And on the screen, you can choose from the options provided. There's a futures copy trading, a spot copy trading, a bot copy trade. Then you choose what you want to copy. With bot copy trading, these are bots that have been created by Bitget themselves. So you can choose a strategy bot, enter the investment amount, and tap confirm. These are some of the options that allow you to copy trade with little but no knowledge. This is really cool. With a spot copy trading, you can pick a trader with great performance and enter as little as $10 to copy their trading. You can also filter and sort best traders by ROI, that's return on investment, their total profit, the number of followers, assets under management, and win rate. This will help you choose the best pro to copy based on their results. So with futures copy trading, you can pick a trader, enter the amount, customize the leverage and stop loss, and take profit. And the next step is to customize. You can set your own take profits or max copy amount, auto copy new pairs, leverage settings, especially for futures. And once you do this, Bitget is automatically going to mirror the trades of whichever trader or bot that you chose. You just sit back and watch your trade play out. You can track your earnings or stop copying at any time and switch to any trader at your own preference. This is a bonus tip. You can always start with a low amount when you're learning. Use filters to find consistent traders. It's as easy as that. Always trade smarter with Bitget.
All right. So as mentioned, copy trading is pretty easy. So let's share a bit of this, because Copy trading basically allows you as a beginner to actually be able to, copy different experienced traders on your trades. So it's pretty easy because, and the reason this is also very, very interesting is the fact that you can simply filter based off a few things on the interface, which are very, very easy for you to actually sort of copy. Now, if you are new to copy trading, I'll quickly take you here and first explain some of these items. So, copy trading actually allows you, because these are social trading that allows you to automatically copy the trades of experienced and successful traders. So, this replicates the trades of these top performance or novice traders. Basically, you can be able to replicate all these particular trades. So how do you actually get started? So number one is you need to choose, get yourself on Bitget on the platform. Then you need to fund your copy trading account. I'll show you how to do that. And then we will be able to now see how to select different traders to actually copy, and a few of the risk management parameters that you can actually be able to set to ensure that you don't get a lot of exposure to risk, in case maybe the person you're copying, you have different capital, they could be using a bit of higher leverage and the likes. So these are some of the things you can be able to configure. Now, the key tips for you to be successful at copy trading is ensuring that you actually conduct due diligence. So you take a look before copying the trader. You need to ensure that you take some time to research their trading history, their risk profile, and performance metrics. We'll see how you can be able to see all this from the Bitget interface. Number two, you need to diversify your portfolio. So diversification actually allows you to hold different asset classes, not just let's say not just trade in one particular asset. You can be able to trade more than one. Now, you also need to monitor your portfolio very regularly. Why? Now, while copy trading still is a passive way to invest, it's very, very important for you to monitor these particular portfolios, because in some cases markets are extremely volatile, and this is one of the best ways for you to learn. So now let's take a look at some of the key considerations when you're doing copy trading. Number one, you need to understand that what Bitget offers. Now, we offer three types of copy trading. Number one, called futures copy trading. And on futures copy trading, it basically you can copy the elite traders in perpetual futures. Perpetual futures basically are futures contracts with no expiry. Also, on spot, you could just copy elite traders on the spot market, where there's no leverage, there's no you're not trading a contract, you're basically owning the particular coin that you're buying. Also, we have what we call bot copy trading, and this is basically copying automated trading strategies, which are pre-programmed which basically execute for you buy and sell trades within specific ranges. So these are some of the things you could actually be part of. And some of the things you need to understand about copy trading is the fact that it has a very low barrier to entry, and it does have a bit of a difference when it comes to, for instance, comparing it to spot trading. So on spot trading, you have to actively be on ground and do the actual trading, while for signal groups, you have to actively, for instance, go on those social media platforms and try to find those particular signals and try to come in and configure, as well as bots, which is very, very different. So copy trading is actually quite beginner friendly and saves you on time for analysis, and exposes you to diverse strategies just right on at the start. Now, this is a product that still carries some risk. So this is not a risk-free product. So you need to understand how traders are able to manage, basically how to manage your risk based off what traders are doing in the market. So you also need to understand the importance of selecting the right trader and the right risk management. We'll be able to see how that can be done. So let's see a few key ways you can evaluate an elite trader or a bot in terms of whether are they actually performing. These are some of the things that you need to factor in. Number one, the ROI and performance stability. So in some cases, you might find traders with extremely high ROI, return on their investments. Basically, people who have generated, hundreds of percentages. But you also need to consider, is this stable performance, or is this just luck? So you need to go further. Basically, Bitget allows you to sort ROI based off different time frames, starting off 7 days, 30 days, 90 days, and 180 days. So this gives you a broader view, and you're told if you want to note or rather see how a trade is going, you really need to zoom out. So the larger the numbers, the better it is for you. Now, the next part for elite traders, you need to review the ROI, something we'll be able to share shortly. Now, the next part is for bots. You need to pay attention to the short-term ROI, but also examine rather the running time and the duration that bot has been active. So and assess this particular performance based off these insights. So the key insights here is look for gradual steady growth, and instead of like sudden sharp spikes, because sudden sharp spikes would mean that there's some sort of lack in that. So sustainable performance carries more weight because it signals someone who's very disciplined and has proper risk management strategies. So in terms of an example of that is a futures elite trader with 14% ROI over 30 days shows moderate stable growth and balanced risk taking, while a bot achieving say 182% over 7 days may seem attractive, but it carries higher risk due to the limited running times. So you need to zoom out, go on larger time frames for you to be able to really tell whether it does make sense. Now, the next key risk metric that you need to analyze is drawdown, running times, and user profitability. Now, let's start off by analyzing drawdown. So for futures, elite traders, of course. So what is drawdown? Maximum drawdown, this basically measures the largest peak to draw decline during a trading period. So in English, the highest to the lowest decline, like if you are holding a portfolio, how long or how much did the portfolio peak at versus decline to, so basically a lower drawdown percentage indicates better risk management and discipline. So that means someone is probably more stable, right? When it comes to running time, particularly for bots have a very that have been running or operating for more than 30 days usually offer you better insight in terms of long-term performance. So newly launched bots might benefit from the short-term market conditions without actually proving any resilience. The other thing you need to consider is copiers or the buyer's P&L. The people who have been copying these, how much are they made in terms of percentage and in terms of percentage return and actual P&L. So the real user profitability is actually very critical. So you need to evaluate the actual copy, the people who's been buying from who's rather been copying this particular bot or elite trader. How are they performing? These are some of the metrics that can help you understand on whether to copy someone or not. So the key insight here is the higher the ROI, basically having a high ROI alone is not enough. It's essential for you to confirm that copiers or subscribers are actually profiting in practice, as as basically real user profitability actually does reflect the true effectiveness of some of these strategies. Number three, asset focus. Now, Bitget does offer you something called AUM, assets under management. Also, you also need to figure out which are the type of assets traded significantly that actually influences risk levels and potential returns. Now, for instance, if you focus on, say, Bitcoin and Ethereum, some of the elite traders or bots concentrating on these particular two pairs typically encounter lower volatility. Why? Because these are assets with high market caps, so they don't have that much volatility as compared to altcoins. So altcoins, basically anyone trading smaller altcoins, often leads to higher volatility, and that's one of the reasons that some of the things you actually need to put in mind. So a futures elite trader with, say, 57% allocation in Bitcoin USDT pair adopts a more conservative strategy versus someone else who exercises high risk on some of these other altcoins. Now, number four, you also need to look at their trading styles. And the beauty about it is Bitget does offer you all these items that you'll be able to, all these filters that we'll be able to review. The trading styles particularly focusing on frequency, the holding time, and the profit distribution. So starting off with trading frequency, how often do these particular elite traders of bot actually execute trades? If someone is executing a lot of trades, they could maybe show some instability or some indiscipline. So the lower the frequency, the few you could, this could mean that these are deliberate trades. Also, you need to focus on position duration. So all the short-term holding strategies usually react very quick to the market, while long-term holdings reflect a more strategic approach, which is majorly focused on the major trends. Also, you need to focus on the bot profit distribution. So you need to review the distribution of the historical profits and across different strategies and figure out whether this does work for you. The best way to do that is ideally go on the 7-day, 30-day, and 90-day and 180-day period. This would be very, very helpful. So the key insight here being that passive investors may actually prefer longer holding periods and consistent returns, whereas those seeking active participation should choose higher frequency strategies but remain vigilant, because high frequency also might mean high potential of getting liquidated. Number five, you need to check the number of followers, subscribers, assets under management, and community confidence. All these filters are provided by Bitget. The followers or subscribers basically show the number of people following this particular strategy. So a high number of followers or subscribers suggests that there is some degree of trust from this particular community. However, profitability verification actually remains as an essential thing for you to check. Then looking at assets under management. So the larger the assets under management, it basically correlates with the stability and broader market trust and a greater operational transparency. So the key insight here, stronger communities account for, combined with verified copiers and subscriber profits, usually indicate a very high quality profile of that particular trader. So the other things maybe to check for is badges, certifications, and the creator trust. How much does the people actually trust these particular people? Now, whenever you're choosing some of these people to choosing traders and bots to actually copy, a few of the things you need to understand is number one, your risk tolerance. So if you're low risk tolerance, focus on the higher Focus on the traders that trade high market cap coins like Ethereum, Bitcoin, stable coin pairs, Cardano, high market cap coins with, more than $100 million, because at least that ones are slightly stable. If you're more on the high risk part, you could now focus on people with this much, but you have to ensure that you have enough liquidity in your account, because drawdowns can typically affect you very, very, a lot of, in a lot of the cases. The other thing you need to consider is your financial goals. Oftentimes, if you have a large amount of capital, or even smaller amount of capital, you really need to consider longer term strategies. So looking for steady long term growth as opposed to quick gains usually helps you ensure that you're managing your risk very well. In some cases, however, you could decide to go for those quick high gains, especially when the markets are very excited. For instance, right now, when the markets are very excited, you could typically look for those quick gains. You also need to figure out how much capital you want to risk, because as a general rule of thumb, you need to only invest what you're actually prepared to lose, and ensure you diversify across several elite traders or bots, and set your stop losses and take profit levels. So you also need to figure out how active you want to be, whether you want to take a more passive approach to the market by focusing on elite traders who do longer period of times as opposed to daily trades, versus your activity management. So these are some of the things you need to figure out, and then you can get started on copy trading. Now let's go and do a live trade. So I'll move on to Bitget and just get to login. Let's get to login on our account. So I'll quickly use a QR code. On the QR code, let me zoom this in slightly. Okay, we now approve on our phone. Okay, and we are logged in. So now we are logged in. Let's go and try to do some trades. So copy trading can be found under trades, under trade right here. You should be able to see copy trading right here. Just clicking on copy trading. So you need to ensure that you've funded your account. Remember, if you've not funded your account, go on our, review our previous tutorials on how to do that. So let's do copy trading. We can start off with futures copy trading. So on the futures copy trading, we will see our profile right here. So we can now we can now come in here. So as we said, we have three main options: futures, spot copy trading, and bot copy trading. But we just on the app, you can be able to access signals from the app. Now we'll start off with spot copy trading. So for spot copy trading, again, pretty easy. You can be able to see some of the copy trades we ever did here and our net profits. So I can come in here. As I said, there's a couple of ways you could actually filter for traders. So for those of us who are still wondering, the difference between futures and spot copy trading is majorly because futures allows you to use leverage, while spot you're actually holding your own assets, right? So if you're not that risky, often copying spots would be the best option. So you can come in under more, and you'll be able to see different filters that you could use. Here is where you can choose between the periods that you want to particularly look at. So you can look at 7-day, 14-day, sorry, 30-day, 90 and 180 days. You can filter these based off highest ROI, number one. This is one of the ways you could filter, and you'll be able to see these right here. These would be, for instance, the highest ROI so far over a period of 30 days is this particular trader here. And you can see the number of people copying this particular trader. It's 851. Some of the copy, whenever you see a blue option here, it means that these traders got filled in, and now they've given you a chance to still copy them despite their pools getting filled. So in this case, we can copy this particular trader. You could also filter based off highest profit. So you can look here and try figure out some of the traders based off the profit. So if you look on the spot side, this is the trader who made over the past 30 days. Looking here, this is the trader who made the most in terms of profit, and they have 13 copiers. So copying is simply clicking on copy. And then you could use fixed or multiplier. So multiplier means in some cases it's gonna be more, in some cases it's gonna be less. So I'll start off by doing the fixed. For this trader, you can see they allow you to start off with $10, and you could turn on this advanced mode, and you'll be able to particularly decide on what to copy and whether, basically you'll be able to see all the pairs they are copying and how much you want to actually allocate. On this side here, you'll be able to see how much, basically what assets are they buying and their P&L over the past 30 days. You'll also see the profit share here. Basically, for all the profits you make, this elite trader is gonna make 10%. The total assets is the total assets the particular elite trader is managing, and the total trades is 210, and they joined 686 days ago. So this is a pretty stable person. So we can start off here by maybe doing a $10 trade. You could come in here to set up your stop loss and your take profits and your maximum copy. I could decide I can't copy more than $50. I'll take profit at 50%, and I'll stop my losses at 10%, and then click on confirm. Basically, you could enable auto copy so that whenever this particular trader opens new trades, you will automatically copy them. Then click on next, and then click confirm. That particular, you'll now start copying the trader instantly, and that's how you do it. Pretty easy, very interesting, very fast. Now let's get that's how you do spot copy trading. Now you still have other filters on spot copy trading. You could typically rank based off first of all time. I would like to go high like that. Then you could also fit in based off ROI. You could also do based off P&L, the amount of profits these particular people have made. So if I filter like this, what you'll notice is the 90-day profit, for instance, for this particular trader is $12,000. The 90-day profit for this one, second largest, is 8,500. This other one, 4,000, and basically it goes down like that. You could also filter based off the number of copiers. The more copiers you have, the more trust people usually have in you. So I could check based off the number of copiers like this. So this one, for instance, has 846 of them. No, sorry, 27,000 people who copied their trades. Then this one has 18,000 people who copied their trades. 13,000, you could filter based off this. AUM is assets under management. So you could filter based off assets under management. So clicking there will give you from people with higher assets management. So these are more responsible people. You'll find, for instance, this particular person has over $3 million under management, $2.7 million, 2.3 million, 2 million, 1.8. So these are usually some of the most stable people to copy. You could also copy based off P&L, the actually profit and loss statement. So for instance, uh, this person has made, copier's P&L has made the copiers more money than any other person. You can see the 90-day total copiers profit is 447 for this one. This is 179,000 and this is 138,000. So you can definitely copy based off this. I could like to also use this filter so that you are not shown any of the field pools. I could also filter based off only verified ones. And here you can be able to change different views in terms of how you can view these. I usually like mine as a list like that. So these are all the filters you could use on spot copy trading. For futures, it's just similar, only that whenever you come to your risk management, you can now come in here and have a bit more. I like using my all traders here and then listing this. So I could now come in for futures. It's gonna be very interesting because oftentimes people are using leverage, so you have to be extremely careful. So I could filter based off the P&L for copiers like that. You can see this one based off the P&L. I'll go the highest copiers P&L. On average, these people made this much for the copiers. Based off ROI, you could be able to see all the I'll just list everything so you can be able to see that. Then you can list based off the profit and loss statement like that. You can see this particular person, let's see how much they made for their people like this, 3,000 and counting. You can filter based off assets under management like that. So I could go maybe on 30 days, sorry, 7 days thereabout. Then you can filter based off win rate. How many times does the trader win out of 100 in terms of the percentage? Then what we talked about, maximum drawdown. So you can also filter based off that and the score of the trader. The higher the score, the more they'll usually have these levels. For instance, these are bronze level. These are, what level is this? These are gold level. Such you can be able to see based off such. So these are all the options you have. Copying on futures also is very similar. You just find, in our case, let's find someone who will allow us to copy. Let's try to copy this particular trader. This one requires at least $50 for you to copy them. We do have 58, so we can transfer this amount to our futures wallet. Remember, you have to transfer to futures. And then we can copy this trader 50. Oh, sorry, we can copy this trader just a quick one. Let me get that. Let me. So you'll be able to copy this. Okay, just a quick one. I need to transfer some funds there. So let's try a trader with okay, like this. So once you input, you need to ensure that you have some money available. Then you can copy all their positions, just similar to what you did on the other option. Now we can also go to bot copy trading. Okay, it does seem. Let's quickly review futures copy trading again. It's just similar to what we just did on spot, only that this time you have leverage. And of importance is I need to show you something very important. You can come in here on settings and ensure that you have put some risk management. How much is your stop loss? How much is your take profit? How much slippage would you allow? What type of margin mode you want, whether to follow, or do you use your own cross, or also you can follow the maximum leverage. You can configure this so that if the trader goes maybe 100x, I can decide all my trades are, while they are copying, they won't go more than 5x, and then you can just copy. The other thing is bot copy trading, and here Bitget allows you to copy different bots. So these are the bots of the week. So I can just simply copy one. I like BGB more. So let me try use BGB. I have $35. So I'll just give it maybe all of it like that, or maybe 50%. And then click confirm. And this is very interesting because it will start off immediately. You can see this already started. This is something that's been running. You can see this is running, and this just started, and the ones which we completed previously, all the bots. So this is very, very interesting. Don't buy out bots right there. You could ideally just copy from here. And that's ideally how to use copy trading. We've also shown you how how you can be able to do some of these things. Now we'll get to the question and answer. Let's see. Now the question and answer, I see wherever traders you're selecting, they are some of the best traders, so that you don't get to to lose money. How do I withdraw funds while copying? So yes, you can stop the copy trade and you can be able to now withdraw your funds. So let me show you an example. So let's go down here. Let's get to see, just let's see. So first of all, you have to close the copy trade. So you have to go to the actual trades. I'm having to actually close some of these. So terminate. Once you terminate this, the money will be automatically sent to your spot trade like that. Just terminating it. So that's how it's done. Pretty easy. Yes, I think that's all the questions we have. Do we have any other questions? Anyone with any other questions? Anyone? Okay. It does look like we are mostly good. So the key items here in a nutshell, for you, whenever you're copy trading, the key things you need to understand is, number one, you need to figure out how to, Bitget offers three types of copy trading, that being spot copy trading, futures copy trading, and bot copy trading. Those are the three copy trading Bitget offers you. Spot allows you to copy other spot trades. Futures allows you to copy a futures trade from an elite trader, and bot copy trading allows you to configure a bot or just use free to use Bitget bots. Now, what would inspire you to become a elite trader? Whenever you make a profit from an elite trader, you could be able to you could take a bit of a commission, and that's the key thing that inspires you to become an elite trader. So those are the main key things. Once you copy someone, you can stop it. You can also employ your risk management strategies. These are some of the things you can do retrospectively to ensure that you're not losing any money. Copy trading Bitget still remains the largest copy trading platform, so you could trust that everything is gonna be good for as long as you're using copy trading on Bitget. Profits are not assured, but it's something that you could definitely work on in terms of selecting a very good trader. We just act as a platform for you to copy different types of trades without having to have the actual knowledge of trading from the start. Now, to conclude, we hope that this session has actually been very helpful to you. So do ensure that you share this particular session. We've streamed it on YouTube on Bitget Live Africa, so you can always find this particular session and review it in case you missed on some of these few items. And as we conclude, we highly recommend you that you join the Bitget Africa official communities for you to be able to to be able to learn a few more things. Now, with that said, we hope that this been very helpful to you. And for those of us who joined in late, we'll leave you to listen into this particular video. Bye for now, and see you on the next one.
Trading takes a long time to master. Some professional traders have been trading for 5 to 10 years, and after all their wins and losses, they know how to find their way through the market. But you can skip all the tries and errors by just copying them. Yes, you can actually copy trade. So this is a feature on Bitget that allows you to copy the trades of professional traders and apply it to your own trade. Literally, just with a click of a button, you do exactly what the professional traders are doing. Let me show you how to go about it. So on the Bitget app, you can just go to the search button and type in copy. On the screen, go to copy trading. And on the screen, you can choose from the options provided. There's a futures copy trading, a spot copy trading, a bot copy trade. Then you choose what you want to copy. With bot copy trading, these are bots that have been created by Bitget themselves, so you can choose a strategy bot, enter the investment amount, and tap confirm. These are some of the options that allow you to copy trade with little but no knowledge. This is really cool. With a spot copy trading, you can pick a trader with great performance and enter as little as $10 to copy their trading. You can also filter and sort best traders by ROI, that's return on investment, their total profit, the number of followers, assets under management, and win rate. This will help you choose the best pro to copy based on their results. So with futures copy trading, you can pick a trader, enter the amount, customize the leverage and stop loss, and take profit. And the next step is to customize. You can set your own take profit or max copy amount, auto copy new pairs, leverage settings, especially for futures. And once you do this, Bitget is automatically going to mirror the trades of whichever trader or bot that you chose. You just sit back and watch your trade play out. You can track your earnings or stop copying at any time and switch to any trader at your own preference. This is a bonus tip. You can always start with a low amount when you're learning. Use filters to find consistent traders. It's as easy as that. Always trade smarter with Bitget.